It's Nora, also known as Wannabe Chef. Tonight I'm going to be making vegan cream of broccoli soup. Vegan cream of broccoli soup. Doesn't sound very good, does it? Well, I guarantee you that this recipe is delicious and someone who's not vegan will absolutely love it. Now, this is also a really good recipe for someone that might be lactose intolerant, that can't have dairy, but still wants a delicious, creamy soup. So stick with me. I'm going to go through all the ingredients, how to prepare it. It's super easy and super delicious. All right, so let's go. These are all of the ingredients that you're going to need for your vegan cream of broccoli soup. You're going to need 1 cup of raw cashews, 5 cups of vegetable broth, 2 Yukon Gold potatoes. You want to cut them into 1/2-inch cubes, 1 onion finely chopped, 4.5 cups of coarsely chopped broccoli, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, 1 teaspoon of sea salt, and 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. Pretty simple. Okay, so these are all of the ingredients right here, all chopped up. You've got your potatoes, onions, and broccoli. All right, so now we're gonna put them in the pan. All right, so when you start off, the first thing you're gonna do is make your cream sauce. So you're gonna start with 1 cup of vegetable broth. I'm gonna pour that into my Vitamix blender. Okay, and then you're gonna have your 1 cup of raw cashews. Okay, we're going to pour that in there. And Vitamix has a special setting. It has variable 1. So all you need to do is put it on the 1, and then you need to hit start. Alright, and you're going to blend that for about 1 minute. Alright, so I've been blending this for about a minute, and as you can see, it's a little bit liquidy. That's fine. So if that's the case, just add a little bit more cashew. So I'm going to do about 1/3 of a cup of cashews. I'm going to just pour that in there, and then put this back on, and then put it back to variable 1 and hit start. You just want it to be really thick and creamy. So you can just add a little bit more cashews. It calls for 1 cup, but that's basically your preference. If you want it thicker, you can add more cashews. If you want it a little more light, then add less cashews. Okay, so I'm going to let that go for about a minute. Alright, so when you're done blending it, this is what it should look like. It should have a really nice, thick, creamy consistency. Really smooth. Alright, so now let's go to step 2. Okay, so I've added the remaining 4 cups of vegetable broth into my pot. Now I'm going to add the onion and the potatoes. And then I'm going to just put that on and cover that, and I'm going to let that simmer for about 5 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and take off the lid very carefully. And now I'm going to add the broccoli, magic ingredient. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in there. And now I'm going to add my spices. I've got my sea salt, ground pepper, and there's this 21 Season Salute seasoning blend from Trader Joe's that I love. So I'm going to just pour that in there. Okay, together, give them a little stir. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and cover that up and let that simmer for another 10 minutes. While my soup's boiling, I just want to give my little beautiful girl a shout out for being so patient, helping me film this video. I appreciate it very much, and she is very special to me. I hope she likes this soup. Alright, so it's been 10 minutes. The soup has been boiled, everything's tender. Now I'm going to add our cashew cream sauce. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and pour that in. Make sure you get all of it. You will need all of this. Right, once you've stirred in the cashew cream sauce, you want to let it simmer and then immediately remove it from the heat. Alright, so I'm going to transfer some of this into the Vitamix blender. I cannot stress enough to be extremely careful doing this. I dumped a bunch in there one day and burned myself severely, and it was not cute. So if I were you, I would just take your blender and set it inside your kitchen sink, and then just pour it in like that. You don't want to take all of it. You want to leave a portion of it in there, okay? Alright. Alright, so I have a portion of the soup in the Vitamix blender. And the Vitamix blender actually has a hot soup setting. So I'm just going to put it on the hot soup setting. You don't have to time it, it just works automatically. If you don't have a Vitamix blender, then just use like the smoothie setting on your regular blender and let it blend until it looks smooth. But be extremely careful when you do this. Make sure to hold on to the lid because, again, I didn't do that one time and it exploded all over me in the kitchen and it was horrific. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and hit the start. It's coming towards the end right now. You can see it bubbling. Alright, it's all done. The blue light blinks automatically and that's it. Now this is very important. Do not just pull this off right away. Let it cool down for a little bit because of the speed of the blender. It creates a lot of pressure and friction which causes the soup to actually heat up even more than it was initially when we put it in. Okay, so I'm going to let that sit there for maybe 2 to 3 minutes just to let it cool off a bit. Okay? Alright, see that? I just took the lid off and it is piping hot. It's really nice and thick. See, it's still bubbling. Just be really careful with this. So I'm even going to let it stay for just like 1 more minute before I put it back into the pot. Alright, so everything's smooth in the blender. I'm going to go ahead and add that back into the pot. Be very careful because it does splash. So everything is all mixed together. You just stir it around a little bit because you want it to get thicker. But as you can see, it already has a really nice, smooth, thick, creamy texture. And the thing that's nice about this too is that there's still some pieces of broccoli and potatoes in there, so you have a little bit more texture to the soup. Alright. I think it's time to serve it up. Let's see how this tastes. Alright, so I've served the soup. Now I'm going to try it. Let's see how this tastes. That is so good. I swear to you, you would never know this is a vegan soup. Alright, so let's do the ultimate challenge. Let's see if my daughter's going to like it. Alright, so she has a bowl of the vegan cream of broccoli soup. So go ahead and try it. Let's see what you think. Oh wow, it's really good. You think it's good, huh? Can you tell that it's a vegan cream of broccoli soup? Or does it just taste like regular traditional cream of broccoli soup?
Regular.
Alright. There you go. Thumbs up. Alright, there you have it. Kid tested, mother approved, vegan cream of broccoli soup made by yours truly, Wannabe Chef. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.